Okay, and I'll just bring myself up onto the screen. There we are. So, starting in child's pose. So come down to your mat and just get a comfortable position. So your knees are wide. Slide your hands forward and rest your head on a block to make that connection with the forehead, or stack your fists one on top of the other. Or if it's comfortable for you and you can rest your head down, then let your head rest on the mat. And then for this position, we're going to slide our hands back alongside our feet. So you're almost curling up in a little ball. So we're just going to work on the two opposing energies that we have in our body. Excuse me. So we have talked about this before, Ida and Pingala. They're the opposing energies of the sun and moon. And that is actually representing Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga being the style that we do in the British Wheel of Yoga. Ha means sun, Tha means moon. So Ida and Pingala, these are the two energies that we have in the body, as I said, and during the day, we tend to burn out through the solar energy. So poses like this, when we're resting our head down and connecting with the forehead, help us to calm down and activate the lunar energy. So it's like a recharge, if you like. And these two energies relate to our parasympathetic and our sympathetic nervous system. And he said that the Ida energy is a little bit more introverted, relates to things a little bit more inward. So just in this pose, if you think about that, you are curling up and everything is tucked in. You're bringing everything close to your core, a bit more introverted. So we're just going to hold this for a few breaths, just while we settle. Remember to breathe deeply through your nose and out through your nose. Just for a few breaths. Settle in the body, relaxing the muscles before we start. So if this pose is representing Ida, IDA, we want to switch now and represent Pingala, the more extroverted side of it, the opposing energy. So slide your hands out in front of you and activate your arms and your shoulders. So your head is probably just a few inches away from the mat. Unless there's a block there, you can rest the head on the block. Once more. So this is extended child. So just notice the difference, how we are starting to activate the body. Reaching through the fingertips, reach the arms out as far as you can, and think about the position of your hips. So really try and nestle those hips down towards your heels. So you're getting that stretch in the back body. This is Pingala. Restoring from the lunar side. Ida, solar, using up all the sun's energies throughout the day. Lunar is, and Pingala is lunar when we restore. So take a breath in now and bring yourself up to all fours. So plant your hands underneath your shoulders and really spread the fingers wide on the mat. And connect your first finger and your thumb to the mat. So really feel as though you're pressing into the first finger and the thumb. So the whole of the palm will connect to the mat. So check your knees under your hips. Have your toes into the mat. So your feet feel strong. Take a breath in. And as we breathe out, just start to send your hips back towards your heels. So you're getting a little bit of a toe stretch. Breathe in, shifting the weight forward, releasing the knees back slightly as we start to come towards up dog, or you can bend the elbows, resting the hips down and come into cobra. So just be gentle with yourself. So we're going to do this with our breath. We're going to breathe in, breathe out, send the hips back into child's pose, getting that nice stretch, stretching the toes, stretching the shoulders, breathing in, breathing out. So your choice, send the hips all the way down to the mat, have quite a bend in the elbows. Cobra, your feet are quite wide on the mat here, so it feels a little bit different to what we normally do. And then sitting back with your breath. So do a few of these, just easing in and out of the pose. And maybe when you've done a few, your cobra can start to become up dog. Keep your knees connected to the mat though, so just really stretch out through the spine and the lower back. Sitting back towards the heels, reaching through the shoulders and the arms, and then bringing yourself into up dog. So if you're in up dog, focus on lifting the chest. So we don't want to dip down like this. We want to lift the chest. And then reaching back. So we'll just do 2 more of these. Nice way to wake up the body. And then come back to your cobra or up dog. We're just going to hold it here for a breath or 2. Just pressing into the mat. Keep your toes strong. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, press into the mat, lift your knees and your hips. Come to downward facing dog. So bring your feet back a little bit closer, feet closer together, and a little bit closer towards your hands. And just walk through the feet. So let's ease out, bending the knees, encouraging the heels to come down towards the mat. And then come to a static down dog and just hold for a few breaths. Starting to get that stretch into the hamstrings. Send your bottom ribs towards your thighs. Your ears are going in line with your inner arms. And then on your next inhalation, start to walk your feet all the way back to your hands. Uttanasana, forward fold. Just have a bend in your knees if you need to. Taking a breath in, slide your hands up to your shins. Find that half forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana. So we want a straight spine. Gaze is to the mat. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, send your hands back to the mat. Uttanasana. And then on your next inhalation, take your hands to your hips and slowly bring yourself up. Standing up straight and tall, breathe out. Breathing in, reach the hands up wide, up and overhead, palms come together. Breathe out, hands to the heart center. Standing in your Tadasana. Let everything settle. Well done. So we're going to go to the back of the mat. We're going to do a little flow from here. So standing up straight and tall, relax those shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades sliding down your back. Softness in the knees. Take a breath in, reach up and overhead. Bringing the palms together, and as you breathe out, all the way down through the midline, down to the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Breathing in, hands to your shins. Find that half forward fold. Breathing out, hands to the mat once more. Uttanasana. And then taking a breath in and walking your hands out along the mat, coming into plank. So find your long, straight plank, pressing the mat away, not sinking through the shoulders. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, knees to the mat, cross your feet at the ankles, and just scoop the chest through the arms. Come into Cobra pose. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Your gaze is forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Toes into the mat. Lift yourself up and away from the mat. Downward facing dog. Taking a breath in here. And walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Uttanasana, forward fold. Breathing in, hands to the shins. Find that half forward fold, that flat back. Extend the top of the head out in front of you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Back to Uttanasana, forward fold. Breathing in, hands to the hips. Bring yourself up. Reaching your hands up and overhead as you breathe in. Breathe out. Hands to the heart center. So let's just do that once more. Get the energy flowing. So breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out, hands through the midline, down to the mat. Uttanasana. Breathing in, walk the hands out along the mat. Come to plank pose. Take a breath here. Find that strong plank. Engage your tummy muscles. Breathe in. Breathe out. Knees to the mat. Cross the feet at the ankles. And scoop the chest through the arms up into Cobra pose. So bend in the elbows. Squeeze the shoulder blades together here. Breathe in. Toes into the mat, breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathing in, walk your hands all the way back to your toes. Just drop your head. Breathing in, hands to your shins, half forward fold. Breathing out, hands to the mat. Breathing in, hands to the hips. Slowly bring yourself up. Breathing in, reaching the hands up and overhead. Follow those hands with your gaze. And breathe out. Hands to the heart center. Well done. Just starting to warm up this morning. So we're going to do a little bit more in this next flow. So standing up straight and tall. Take a breath in, reach your hands up and overhead. Breathe out, hands through the midline, all the way down to the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Breathing into that half forward fold, hands to the shins. Breathe out, hands to the mat. Breathing in, walk your hands all the way out along the mat and breathe out. You're in plank pose. So you've got two options here. You can either just bend your elbows and lower yourself to the mat, or you can come down the way we have been with bending the knees, cross the feet at the ankles and scoop through. It's your choice. So take a breath in. Breathing out, lower to the mat. Breathing in. Come into cobra, so squeeze those elbows together, or up dog. Take a breath here. Breathe out, roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. Just take one resting breath in down dog. And then breathing in, float your right leg up to the ceiling. Three-legged dog. Taking a breath in, keep the leg where it is, shift into plank. Breathing in, draw the knee up to the chest, round the spine. And as you breathe out, just step that right foot forward. Sorry for the delay, I had to double check. And then drop the left knee down. So you're in this little lunge position. So just send the weight forward and back here. Ease into your thighs and your hips. Just a bit of gentle movement. And then come back to the center. Take a breath in here. Sweep your hands up alongside your ears and reach to the ceiling. Strong pose. The gaze is forward. Finding that length from the crown of the head through the neck, down the spine. Breathing in, breathing out. And then breathing in, draw the palms together. And as you breathe out, you're going to bring your hands down and twist to the right. So the left elbow is on your thigh. So see if you can bring your chest to your hands. So we're trying to lift the chest and then twist in at the same time. And just breathe here. Breathing in that twist. And then breathe in, return to center. Take your hands back to the mat. And just slide this back leg back along the mat. Let's practice our half splits again. Let's see if we're any better than last week. So just sliding the legs out. Front leg forward, left leg back. Hanumanasana, half monkey god pose. Don't know why it's a monkey god, but This is the pose. So hold in that position just for a few breaths. Keeping your hands well connected to the mat. Just gaze at your front foot and just activate that foot. Have a little rotation through the ankle. Takes your mind off the stretch in the legs. And then point the toes and flex the toes. Just adds to that stretch in the hamstring. It'll make it easier the next time. And then slowly start to bring your front foot forward and your back leg back. Release that right leg underneath you. Take a breath in, downward facing dog. Find your down dog. Let's make it a resting pose. Take a breath here. And then on your next inhalation, plant your right foot into the mat and float the left leg up as you breathe out, three-legged dog. Breathing in, shifting the weight into plank. Keep that leg where it is. Just hold in for a moment. Breathing in, draw the knee up to the chest, round the back. And as you breathe out, step the foot forward and drop the right knee. Back into that lunge. Take a breath in, sweep your hands alongside your body up and alongside your ears. Reaching up. Find some length in the spine. Reaching those arms up to the ceiling. Keep your gaze forward. Breathe in the hands together. And as you breathe out, bring them down the midline and then twist in so that the hands come into your chest. The right elbow goes to your left thigh. And looking over your left shoulder. So the trick here is to try and keep those hands and your thumb resting on your sternum. So that we're not just doing a twist and sending the elbow out to the side. We're really working into that twist. You can really feel it in the shoulders when you keep the thumbs into your chest. And then breathing in, breathing out, take your hands back to the mat. And we're just going to work gently into that half splits. So easing the left foot forward and the right leg back. Keep breathing. And then activate that left ankle. So just rotating through the ankle. And if you find that uncomfortable on your back knee, you can get more padding. But the other trick here is to try and rest on this fleshy bit above the knee. So don't rest on the knee itself. So it's just adjust that leg so you're resting more towards the top of the knee. And then point and flex the foot. And then slowly, slowly walk that left foot back and the right knee back. Enough so that you can release the left leg, come back to downward facing dog. Resting pose. Just take a breath here. And then slowly walk your feet all the way back to your hands. Uttanasana, forward fold. Breathing in, take your hands to your shins. Half forward fold. Take a breath here. Take your hands out wide. Breathing in, coming up with a strong straight spine. Reach the hands up and overhead. Breathing out, hands to the heart center. Let everything settle. Relax those shoulders. Standing firm in your Tadasana. Well done. So release your hands. We're just going to do a little balance here. We're going to see how our balance is this morning. So standing up straight and tall. Plant your feet, have your feet about hip distance apart and spread the toes. So taking a breath in, find your drishti, your point of focus, and just lift your right knee and hug it towards you. So keep staring at that drishti. Just holding the knee. You might start to wobble a little bit, which is fine. Means we're alive. Keep the tummy muscles engaged. Keep you strong and steady. Relax the shoulders, so don't tense up in the upper body. The only tension is you drawing that knee towards your chest with your hands. Surprising how long we can stay here. And then release. Well done. So let's try the other side. Just get balanced first of all. Stand up straight and tall. And then breathing in. Find your drishti. Hug that left leg towards you. Relax your shoulders. Engage your tummy muscles. Find some softness in that standing leg. Keeping that connection with the sole of the foot and the mat. Keeping your gaze. And just noticing how different one side can be to the other. You're all doing really well. You're all balancing really well this morning. Sometimes we just don't have balance at all. So don't beat yourself up if that's the case. And then release. Well done. So we're going to try something a little bit different. We're going to stand up straight and tall. So I'm just coming to the side to show you what we're doing. So it's a little bit like tree, but not quite. So stand up straight and tall, relax the shoulders. Just get that connection with the soles of the feet and the mat. And let's just have some softness in the knees. So the knees are slightly bent. Find your drishti. Breathing in, take the weight into the left foot and lift your right foot and place the ankle just above the knee. So the right knee is going out to the side. So you're sort of sitting into this pose here. And you can stay here with your hands together at the heart center. Just practicing that balance. Or if you can bend forward, oh, she says, this morning, and take your elbows towards your leg. So if this is working for you, your right elbow is towards your knee, your left elbow is towards your left foot. Give that a go. Oh, dear me. My balance has gone this morning. There we are. So rest the elbows down. And you can stay here. Or if you want to take it even further, release your fingertips to the mat. So you're really starting to open that hip. Make sure that your leg is resting above the knee, not on the knee. You don't want to put too much pressure on the knee. So if you're here with your toes and your fingertips on the mat, next challenge is bringing yourself back up, hands to the heart center, back into that pose. And then release the foot. That's the tough one, isn't it? Let's see if we can try the other side. I'm going to try and watch you at the same time, which is a challenge with my balance. So standing up straight and tall, breathing in, bending the left leg, and then place the ankle above the right knee. So the foot is completely free out to the side. And then start to sink. Sinking down into that balance. And then you're going to check whether you can bring your elbows towards that bent leg. So if that works for you, you can rest the elbows on the leg and just stay here. Or if you want to go further, take the fingertips to the mat. Have a look at you. How are we doing? You've always got the option to stand near the wall or hold on to something. Yeah, hold the settee, Michelle. That's it. A good test for our balance. And it's a nice hip opener, this one. So I don't know what you call it. Not tree pose. It's actually preparation for pigeon. And then slowly bring yourself up. Well done. Just stand in your Tadasana. Just feel the heart beating under your thumbs. Strong pose. Just let everything settle. Okay, so we'll turn to the side. So we've done a little bit of preparation for this now. We should be able to get into our Utkatasana chair pose. So engage your tummy muscles, softness in the knees, taking a breath in, sweep your hands out in front of you so the palms are facing each other. And as you breathe out, sit down into your imaginary chair. So as you're sitting here, don't do this with your back. Don't create a dip here. Tuck the bottom under. You want to create some strength in the back, not cause a problem in the lower back. So breathe in, breathe out. Sweep yourself back up to this upright position. We're going to try that again. Breathing in, reach the hands forward. Breathing out, sinking down into your imaginary chair. Reach the hands forward. Tuck the bottom under. Breathe in. Breathe out. Back to standing. Let's try that again. Breathing in. Sweep the hands forward. Breathing out and sinking. Breathing in. This time float the hands up alongside the ears. Sit deeper into the chair. Just hold for a breath. Breathe out. Standing up, straight and tall. That's got the heart rate up, hasn't it? Once more, breathing in, reaching forward, breathing out, sinking into your chair. Breathe in, float the arms up alongside the ears. Breathe out. Standing up, straight and tall. Oh, let's do another little flow and get down to the mat. So come to the front of your mat. Take a breath in, hands out wide, reach up and overhead. Breathe out, hands through the midline down to the mat. Uttanasana. Breathe in the hands up to your shins, half forward fold. Breathe out, hands to the mat. Taking a breath in here, soften the knees and step back to downward facing dog. Taking a breath in, come up onto your toes, draw your right knee up to your chest and step it forward and through. Drop the left knee to the mat. So we're back in this lunge position. See if you can make a box shape between your legs. So your right knee is above your right ankle, your left knee under your left hip. And just lift your back toes up and down away from the mat, just testing out how that knee feels. Sometimes when we do this, we get a little bit of cramp, so just go gently. And then breathing in, sweep this right hand back and catch hold of the left foot as you open the chest up to the ceiling, gazing over your right shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out, release. Hands to the mat, release that knee. Plant your hands on the mat, take a breath in. Lift your knees and your hips, downward facing dog. Let's do the same on the other side. So breathing in, come up onto your toes. Lift your left knee up to your chest. As you breathe out, step it forward and through. Drop the right knee. Check this box shape under our legs and just gently start to lift the right foot. Making sure you're not going to get any cramp in the hamstrings. And then planting your right hand down into the mat, take a breath in, sweep the left hand back and twist and open the chest. Well done. If you can't catch hold of the foot, just grab your leggings, or even if you had a strap, or just wrap your t-shirt around your foot. And then come back to center. So release that left knee. Take your knees wide, toes together, and sink back into child's pose. Back where we started, extended child's. Just using those opposing energies and letting our body settle. And then on your next inhalation, lift your head, walk your hands back a little closer, bring your knees together and slide your hands back alongside the body. Rest the head down, so you're curled up in a ball. Where we were at the beginning, in Ida, more introverted. Curling up here. And then very slowly lift yourself up and away from the mat. So we're going to finish with this last 15 minutes with our candle gazing and a nice little relaxation. So if you want to grab your layers and get your candle ready. So ideally, you want to position your candle so that the flame is in line with the eyes. So if you've got something that you can put the candle on, then do that on a chair or on the table. You're gazing at the candle. I've got quite a tall candle here, so I can just look at that candle. So everyone, just get your layers back on. Find yourself a comfortable seat. So this can be sitting in a chair. It could be sitting cross-legged or with your legs out in front of you. Or you can sit and lean back against something. So you do what feels right for you. So the practice of candle gazing is called Trataka. Because Trataka means gaze. That's the Sanskrit word for gaze. And there's all sorts of reasons why we should practice this. I said in my little note for this week that we like relaxation in our lives, but we also need focus. So focus is what we get from this candle gazing. So just find that comfortable position and just gaze at something in the distance to start with. And then just look at something close by. Just allow your breath to settle. Allow your body to relax. Just looking at something in the distance. And then draw the attention back to something close by. It could even be the tip of your nose. So there isn't any reason not to do candle gazing, but they do say if you've got contact lenses in, just to watch that movement. Don't be too extreme with the movements because you don't want to shift your lenses in your eyes. But what we're going to do is we're going to draw the attention back to the candle flame. So we're just going to sit and gaze into that flame. Just noticing any movement, any changes in color. Just looking at the intensity of that flame. And you might start to see the flame radiating out in all directions. So keep staring at that flame until you reach the point when your eyes start to feel tired. They might even feel a little bit watery. So if you reach that point, then gently close them and notice the after image of the flame. You can still see it behind our eyelids. Watching that after image. Just quietly sitting here, focusing on the after image. Staying here till it completely disappears. And it's surprising how long it will stay. And then once it disappears, open your eyes once more and look at that flame. So repeat the exercise. So this is said to improve our concentration, our focus, even our memory. And this is quite an ancient practice. It comes from a book that I have called Asana Pranayama Mudra Bandha that was written many, many years ago. All the practices go back to 200 years BC. Trataka is even mentioned in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, which is an ancient yogic text. And there's all sorts of claims for Trataka, for your eye health, eradicating eye diseases. So I don't know whether that is true, but I know it's a gentle practice and it certainly helps with our focus and our meditation. So I'm just going to stay silent for a few minutes as you go through a few rounds of gazing at your flame, closing your eyes, watching for that after image. The next time you close your eyes and focus on the after image, make that your last round. I'll just read you this quote from the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. It says, Trataka eradicates all eye diseases, fatigue, and sloth, and closes the doorway to these problems. So just rub your hands together and generate some heat between the palms. And then place your hands over your eyes and just let the heat penetrate into the eye sockets. Just gently easing into the eyes after all that work. And then slowly, with as little disruption as possible, bring yourself down to your mats in Shavasana. Just be careful of your flame, wherever you have it. Take yourself down to your mat, lying out in Shavasana. And I'm going to take you through a little relaxation, following our theme of Trataka. Begin to allow the body to come into a state of complete calm. Be still and centered. Feel the breath moving quietly throughout the body. Just witness and observe the movement, the shifting from tension to relaxation, the softness as the body releases and gives. Encourage your mind to empty, releasing unwanted thoughts, ideas, and images. And begin to breathe some space into your mind now. Exhale clutter. Breathe in emptiness. Exhale any remaining tension. Now the mind feels free to breathe. You have space, room, and freedom. Imagine your body is a candle. The spine is the long wick that goes directly to the crown of the head. Take your attention to your third eye. And in this center, visualize your candle flame. Directly above your head is a thin, watery sun. This watery sun is now beginning to glow warm. It starts to grow into a ball of warm golden light. And the warmth and heat from these golden rays are just melting the tension away from your body. The candle flame is filling your head with light. The empty space in your head now filled with light, and the glow moves around your neck and shoulders, cascading down your arms and legs and rolling towards your hands and feet. Feel yourself melting, drifting, slipping down onto the mat. Feel the warmth of that sun warming and relaxing your entire body. Begin to breathe in the stillness, the warmth and the light. Allow the body to accept each new inhalation, each new wave of relaxation. Breathe into your mind the affirmation, my mind is clear. Breathe in the warmth as the relaxation rolls down your body, wave after wave, taking away anything that you no longer need to hold on to, leaving relaxation and peace. Breathe into your body the affirmation, my body is relaxed. My mind is clear. My body is relaxed. When you feel ready to come out of this relaxation, begin to feel your body on your mat, in your room, solid and physical. Start to become aware of any sounds in your room. Start to bring some movement into your body. Start by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Rotate your feet and your ankles, your wrists, your fingers. And taking a breath in, float your hands up and overhead and do a full body stretch. Waking up the body. And then rest your hands on the mat behind you. Bend your knees. Plant your feet on the floor. And roll yourself over onto your side. When you're ready, bring yourself up to a seated position. So hope everyone is feeling nice and relaxed, with a few stretches thrown in as well. So let's just finish with our 3 breaths together. So sitting up straight and tall, hands to the mat, either side of the body. Take a breath in, reach up and overhead. Breathe out, hands to the heart center. Breathing in. Breathing out. The last time, breathing in. Breathing out. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that.